like every year it gets longer and longer. We did get another look.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. At number 2 overall pick, Dylan Harper last night. No Ace Bailey here for the Jazz in this one. We're going to pick it up real late. 9 seconds left. The Spurs down 2 here. Dylan Harper, watch him work. Gets to his left for the layup. Game now tied at 86, Tim. 8 seconds left in overtime. Watch Filipowski here.
Big time summer league for him.
Hey.
Drives and throws it down with some authority to tie the game. You know that some coaches had some things to say about that. That being what you're tying the game on.
I don't know.
You know what? I'm not going to lip read here, but I'm going to read this. Riley Minnick's little turnaround jumper at the buzzer to win the game. We got to take one more look at this one. That was nice.
And they didn't give it to Harper.
He finished with 13 for the game. But this is what's so cool about Summer League. There's so many characters you get to learn, and they get an opportunity here at San Antonio. Gets the 2-point win. Let's keep it with the theme of Summer League standouts in Las Vegas. Let's go to the number 4 overall pick. Do we still call him Duke's Concaniple?
Sure.
Charlotte's Concaniple. Put up 16 points, 10 boards, his second Vegas game for the Hornets. Tim, how's he look so far?
Well, got up to a slow start. Good to see him get a little something going here. Obviously, he's going to be a guy who's playing off LaMelo Ball, and I would guess knocking down a lot of open shots.
Knocking down open shots, but if he does somehow soar in for a dunk, we will be calling him Flying Knipple, an homage to his family nickname. Checking in on the Bulls, 5'8" Yuki Karamora here has been showing off some flair for the Bulls, but check out Matas Buzelis in his second year as well. 28 points, just 14 shots yesterday against the Pacers. Mark, what do you expect from Buzelis here, the leap he could make?
I expect him to start growing into the face of the franchise. This is a kid I watched in G League Ignite. He's been growing, special, 6'10", athletic, was in the dunk contest, can shoot it. He's going to get better and better.
And a
Keep an eye on
hometown
him.
story
Hometown
as well.
story.
And by now you've probably seen it. Johnny Furphy, his second year with the Pacers, one of the most vicious posters
Oh, no, Noah.
that you're ever going to see.
Oh.
Noah Asenge, that face.
He got to find a photographer that took that shot.
Man.
Because if that shot's not taken, we're not talking about damn.
It's the face. I don't know what highlight Noah Asenge is going to have to erase this as being what he's most
It ain't
known
going away.
for.
That's why people make
We do
business
not
decisions.
mock people who play defense.
You're right, Brian.
You ain't been dunked on. If you've been dunked on before, you'd understand.
Just a little bit. It got us thinking about the best posters we've ever seen, and the face is made, or the face is
And in
covered
later context,
as it
it's even
happens.
more entertaining.
Ooh.
Oh, no. That's I don't know if we can show.
I'm not commenting on it.
And then we have DeAndre Jordan on poor
Legacy's
Brandon
legend.
Knight here.
Hey!
Woo!
Okay.
And then he did the step over.
Now he's
the kids.
the Furphy thing makes Brandon feel a little better about himself.
That's a little Bay Area, like a Fizz face there.
Bars just got to get out of the way.
At number 3, Kawhi Leonard. A completely expressionless face.
I don't remember this.
Soft one-hander. This is all business. All business. That's one of my favorite Mike Breen calls of all time. Kawhi Leonard in the stands going crazy. As he is right here. At number 2, Lob City Blake Griffin.
Uh-oh.
With the putback on Pau.
How are we doing this to Pau? He forgot about this. Excuse me.
Look out below.
At least we're sparing
Didn't he
Purse.
get him like
Blake
twice?
got one on Purse, too, now.
There's still time.
Oh.
There is still time for our friend
He's saying
Kendrick
over the
Perkins.
back.
At number 1, though, it's LeBron James. In 2013, Brian, you remember this one.
Oh my God, the whole arena in Boston felt this one. The Jet. Oh, Jet.
Stare down.
Oh my God. He said after the game, I'm glad it was him. He had a good rivalry going with Jet Terry back then.
What an all-time
He enjoyed.
quote.
He got teed up for lording over him, too.
You know what? That's a tee that is well
In the
worth it.
garden.
Oh, those are some top dunk faces, although Noah Asenge quickly making the list. The NBA 2K26 Summer League rolls on in Las Vegas tonight. 2 more games, the Nets and the Knicks. It's at 6 Eastern over on ESPN2, and then the Blazers and Pelicans. That one's at 10 o'clock Eastern right here on ESPN. Still ahead on NBA Today, Bronny, He hit a wild hook shot, but it's LeBron's reaction on the sidelines that may have been even better. Stick around to find out what that was. And we've seen the trades. We've seen the signings. But Windy, he says there's 5 major questions that still have not been answered, and it could swing the entire season. His tower of power. Coming up next. Plus, Johnny Furphy's dunk, it turned heads in Vegas, but was it enough to crack our top of the top dunks from Summer League all time? Oh, but let's start in Philadelphia, a story that is developing. As the 76ers star Paul George, he underwent a successful arthroscopic procedure on his left knee on Monday to treat an injury he sustained during a recent workout. Now, PG, he played 41 games in his first of 4 years in Philadelphia last season. As we say good afternoon to our senior insider, Shams Charania, who broke this story. Shams, when exactly did this injury occur, and how will it impact the rest of PG's offseason here?
Malika, I'm told Paul George suffered the injury during an on-court workout last week, and it led to him visiting a doctor on Friday. And the decision was made to undergo arthroscopic surgery because the doctors felt like this would be an injury that would linger for a player that was never healthy all last year. Paul George's season ended rehabbing from injections on groin and knee injuries. He had a finger injury during the season as well. And so now he starts rehab for this knee injury, and he will be reevaluated at the start of this upcoming training camp. But I am told both sides will be cautious with him. They want to see Paul George return to that full form Paul George they just have not seen in Philadelphia. So I do expect both sides to be cautious from this injury that Paul George suffered last week.
Okay, so this is essentially so that they can hopefully see that full-strength Paul George that we're all waiting for in Philadelphia that never quite came to fruition. Shams, thank you so very much. Please don't go too far. This has been a busy offseason, and we always want to keep tabs on that news. The Sixers' big three, though, Embiid, Maxey, George, Shams mentioned it. They played just 15 games together last season, with Philadelphia going 7-8 with that trio sharing the floor together. Injuries really derailed a lot of teams in the East for this upcoming season. It is the most wide open that we have seen a conference in quite some time. And on paper, that should open things up for the 76ers, but that hasn't quite been the case. Brian, what is it going to take for the Sixers to really contend here in this conference?
Well, they need to have their three best players on their feet in the playoffs, but they have to get to the playoffs, which they didn't last year because of these injuries. And Malika, this is a gut punch to the 76ers. Shams was talking about seeing the doctor on Friday. It was just on Friday that Daryl Morey at a press conference in Las Vegas was talking about how Paul George was so much looking forward to getting onto the court to show the Philadelphia fans what he can do. And I assume later that day he got this news. The words were still coming out of his mouth when this happened. I cannot believe this. And I will just say, from being around the NBA for 20 plus years, I can just tell you there's no such thing as minor knee surgery. Even the most basic procedure requires a big recovery. It is July. If you're going to